Hi everyone, my name is Nermana Huskic and I'm a founder of Ruka Nade. I am of Bosnian descent. I came to America as a refugee in 1990s due to ethnic cleansing and war in Balkans. I'm a graduate in field of social work. In December of 2016, I was going to a trip to Bosnia and I saw a family that really was in need of help. They lived in absolute poverty and I was very touched and I wanted to talk to my friends and family to collect funds and help them. And that little idea just grew much more than I've expected. We've collected about $10,000 and I found many more families while I was there. I found 18 families that were in absolute poverty, and I have visited them and we have helped them survive the winter. So I was there for 3 weeks and we saw 18 families. Also, we've continued to help families since I've been here. So I figured it is time for me to open an organization that will represent all of the work that I have done my entire life. Ruka Nade translates to hand of hope. I chose this name because I believe that by lending a hand to someone who is in need and pulling them up, enriching their life and empowering them, it's a way of pulling someone out of the absolute poverty. Each family, each experience has had a various impact on my life, but two families that I can say, or two situations that stood out the most, is one of the ladies, she lives by herself. Her dad passed away during the war, and her mom and her sister died. So she has no relatives to care for her, and she lives in a very small shed-like house with no electricity, no water, no floor. It's just concrete and nylon over it. She has nothing. Even in the winter time, she bathes outside. She uses bathroom outside. It was the worst living conditions that I've ever seen, and I have experienced war and homelessness and different things. So it was a very heartbreaking. We're working on building her a livable small house. Also, another story or family that has impacted me was it was a family of 6 kids, and I knew there would be kids, so I bought some candy, chocolate, chips, stuff like that, and we were bringing food inside, and all the kids were hiding behind the wall, just kind of peeking and giggling. They were so happy that we were bringing them food. And one of the bags had chocolate on top of it. And they were whispering and like pushing each other, saying, "Oh my God, look, there's chocolate." And honestly, that touched me so much because it brought me back to the days of the war when we had nothing, when we didn't have food to eat or chocolate or anything like that. And did these kids live in 2016, 2017 and haven't had a chocolate bar or chips? And for them to take little chips that we brought them and hide behind the bed so they can eat, it was heartbreaking. I remember during the war, there was times when we had no food. We would have one potato to share with 4 family members for a whole day. Now imagine just a potato and a whole day. We had no toys. As a refugee, you're not given advance notice. You run, for your life. So I wasn't able to bring any toys, anything. So for a long time, many years, I had no toys. And I remember my mom folding a towel and putting a scarf over it and making a doll. And that was the best thing, I had something to play with. And after the war ended, someone sent me a Barbie doll. My first Barbie doll after the war. And I know this might sound silly, but this is a war story of a child that you remember it as a kid. This Barbie doll, I still have it. 20-something years later, I keep it to keep me humble and to remind me of the things that I went through and the things that are still going on around the world. There is many kids that have experienced things I have, and that are still experiencing and even worse that I've gone through. So this is what keeps me motivated, and this is what keeps me going every single day. I want to change lives of people all around the world and help as many kids as I can.